Well, welcome back to Overbury Harvest Log Day 17 on the 2nd of August. I missed yesterday's harvest log due to rain. We haven't actually done anything since, obviously since day 16, but that was Monday night. So we've had some decent rain across part of the farm. The hill had about 20 mil of rain on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Vale had about 8 mil. So we're actually planting some stubble turnips. We've pressed the go button, if you like, on drilling. Bit of a risk, I think, in the Vale, but we are due to catch maybe a shower or two over the next little while, which will hopefully just keep the moisture topped up enough to get it established, and from then we will have to wait and see what happens. We didn't combine yesterday, which is a bit of a shame, because the Friday the 1st of August is Lammas Day. Lammas meaning, it's from the Old English, meaning loaf mass, i.e. lots of wheat. Actually, we've got a heritage wheat called Red Lammas on the farm this year again. Heritage grains, grown virtually organically, not quite, but virtually. So those don't have a home at the moment, so if anybody's listening out there, artisan bakers, you know who you are, you would be very welcome to get in contact and see. We'll hopefully have about 20-25 tons of that for milling a bit later on. It's a fantastic variety. It doesn't yield very much, but it's pretty disease proof. It's very drought resistant, drought tolerant this year. It's planted in the same field as some conventional wheats, and when we had all that hot weather at the beginning of June, it really didn't get stressed out at all. So yeah, Lammas Day yesterday. We're finishing this last little block here of Dawsum, KWS Dawsum wheat. It's a feed wheat. So we shall hopefully, we're just going to get this little bit done here today. Take the combine home tonight, and then we'll see what the weather is like. They are forecasting a bit of rain tomorrow, so we shall just see whether that materialises or not. Sadly, at the bottom end of this field, the brown bit over there, is where we should have some AB9 planted, I think it is, or wild bird seed plot, which we planted in good time at the end of May. Nice mixture of cereals, oats, barley. There's some quinoa in there, a bit of forage rape, a few other nice little things to feed our winter birds, feed our birds over winter. But due to the drought, it has completely failed, which is a shame. We do have some seeds that we're going to go and pop in there the next couple of days, just to try and rescue it with something. So we'll have something to feed on. But interestingly, the stewardship scheme that we're in has some options that finish in December 2025, and we've heard absolutely nothing from the Rural Payment Agency as to whether those options are going to be extended or rolled over or just completely stopped, which sadly will mean that areas like that won't be then used to support our farmland birds. Areas that we can sensibly put back into cropping, we will do. There was always a reason that lots of these little bits here and there came out of production, out of food production, but there, and that's a good example. We've got an old railway line, we've got a bit of permanent grass the other side of the hedge, we've got a little bit of a woodland just behind us there, so actually some bird food next to that sort of nesting and insect-rich habitat is actually quite good. But the chances are they will come back into our production, and we won't be feeding any farmland birds in that area. We just can't afford not to, which is a real shame. So that's going to be the unfolding story, I think, of this year, this autumn. I know there are an awful lot of farmers in that same boat. We just need RPA, the Rural Payments Agency, to get some policy organised by the government as to what we're going to do to try and maintain the legal responsibility that the government has to keep our wildlife in the countryside. We can't do it all ourselves. So that is kind of where we are. We've just got this little bit to do, and then I've got the job of taking the header off the combine, which sometimes I do it first time, other times it takes several attempts. I think if I don't do it often enough, Tim's brilliant. He'll just drive straight up to it, plonk it on the trolley, and off he goes. I'm not quite as practiced as Tim, so yeah, probably won't film that bit. Well, I certainly can't film that bit because I can't concentrate on that bit while I'm filming, so I can't do this bit. But there we go. That is that's an update as where we are. The yields are not horrendous down here. The field that we cut on Monday night, White Bridge, that yielded about 9 tonnes a hectare. This is going to be a bit less. It does get a bit thinner as we go that way. We're rolling on probably between 7.5 and 9 on the yield monitor. You can just see that's the bit that is against the wild bird seed plot, and then we are in some better stuff up here. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll update. Probably go back into some spring barley next. We've got one more field of Dawsum to go and collect, get that done, and then we'll be into some spring cropping, I suspect. But that's where we are. Update from Overy.